My name is Lisa Starr Francis, and I am here with the Word Oracle Alchemy System, and today's reflection brought to us by the letter L. I can see the lighting is playing with that, but the letter L, that is the letter, and the color is orange. We are in the orange section of the Word Oracle Alchemy System. The alphabet is the lexicon. There are 4 color categories, meaning that there are 104 cards in the deck, each one with an image and an alphabet letter on that image, and a list full of words that begin with the letter on the card. So in today's case, all the words begin with the letter L. So I am here to give the reflection from this card. It is brings us a direct experience and then a quote, and it gives us some context for the quote. So that is what each card is offering us on a daily basis. So we are going to get started. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to experience directly the idea that words carry frequency. And how we're going to do that is that the letter L is bringing us 3 words today for us to have a direct experience. So I am going to simply say those 3 L words, 1 word at a time. And you are invited to experience this by saying the word to yourself. And you can say it out loud or in your head, but you want to say the word for yourself. And of course, we're just saying the word. We're not saying a sentence. We're just saying the word. And this is what makes it different than merely, thinking about what words make you feel. When we do this with a word, we actually begin to be able to feel the word. And we want to understand the frequency of words for ourselves, because it is in understanding it that we will be able to make choices when we notice that some things aren't making us feel like we're vibing in a good way. So this is about frequency. So we have 3 L words, and let's get started. The first word today for you to experience is the word lasting. Lasting. So just say that word to yourself. Lasting. And notice if you feel anything. Sometimes words are neutral and you say them and you feel completely at ease. Completely at ease. Sometimes you say a word and you might feel tense. So we're saying it and we're noticing. That's all we're doing here. The second word for you to say to yourself out loud or in your head is the word lift. Lift. L-I-F-T. Lift. So as you say that word to yourself, lift, just notice what happens, how you felt, where you maybe felt it in your body. When you said the word lift, did it make you feel like you're asking someone for a lift somewhere? Did it bring up a memory? Did it take you to the dictionary meaning for the word lift? We just want to notice when we say these words, what's actually happening. Okay, because words hold frequency. They vibrate. They make us think of things. And this is how we begin to notice how they're affecting us. Okay, so our third word today is level-headedness. Level-headedness. So we're going to say that to ourselves out loud or in our head. And as you say that to yourself, again, you're just trying to notice how your body responds. Is it easy? Is it constrictive? Do you feel tight? Do you feel nothing? You want to just notice. So that's what we do every day as part of our daily reflection. Each card gives us 3 words to do that little reflection with, to say it for ourselves and feel it for ourselves. Okay, so we've accomplished that, and we are now going to move on to this card, the letter L, and the color orange. Each card in the deck there's a thing in this guidebook with the Word Oracle that is called the Mystical Word Potion. And it is like 104 quotes. They are short 1 to 2 sentence quotes from each card. Sometimes they're like a rhyme, sometimes they're like a riddle, and sometimes they're very straightforward. This oracle writes in a purposeful fashion, not like other things are written, and it is purposeful in the way that the oracle is helping us shift and alchemize words in every way it can. So when it brought the mystical word potion through, and that all came through, that is something that you simply read, and through reading it, the way it is written is doing something, and it's shifting frequency for us as we read it. So one can open those 13 pages where those are written and read 1 or 2 or a whole page full of those, and they are working on us to help shift the frequencies that we are carrying. They're a magic little potion. So today I am reading the one for us from the letter L, and today's says, you can go, pardon me, let me start again. You can go truly local and develop large-heartedness through the inner practice of deep contemplation, which brings a sense of soul satisfaction. So again, it says, you can go truly local and develop large-heartedness through the inner practice of deep contemplation, which brings a sense of soul satisfaction. And that is the mystical word potion for today. And now we're going to look at what is the core principle of that potion. It is basically saying to us, when attention turns inward, awareness becomes clear. Okay? It is saying deep contemplation quiets reaction and reveals inner wisdom. It is implying to us that this mystical word potion implies that instead of being carried by outer noise, the mind becomes steady, and from this stillness, a deeper sense of presence emerges and settles in the body. Okay? It tells us that clarity and soul experience, clarity is the soul experience that gives us that sense of quiet satisfaction. The law is simple. What this card is telling us is that inner stillness reveals inner guidance. So yes, you can go truly local and develop large-heartedness through the inner practice of deep contemplation, which brings a sense of soul satisfaction. So it's saying all that, but it's saying it to us in a very different way. And it does that because we have resistance sometimes when someone tells us deep contemplation quiets reaction and reveals inner wisdom. Sometimes when we hear things like that, we have a resistance to them. But a sentence like you can go truly local and develop large-heartedness through the inner practice of deep contemplation, which brings a sense of soul satisfaction. the mind is sort of involved when it hears that. It's involved in perhaps, the evaluation of why it's written that way. So often the truth can be get into us because the mind becomes busy contemplating why something is worded in a way that is not the regular way. So that is part of the inner mechanism of this oracle that it built into itself. I had nothing to do with the way that works. So let me just be clear. All right, so now I've told you the core principle about that statement for us, and now I'm going to share a biblical echo, a quote from the Bible that goes along with this idea. Okay, so in Proverbs 4, verse 26, it says, "Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established." So it means careful reflection leads to wise and stable decisions. That's what that proverb is saying. And it connects with the card because the card is letting us know that deep contemplation brings clarity and steadiness, allowing one's path to become established through inner awareness. And that is basically what that quote is saying. Careful reflection is what is going to allow one's path to become established, leading to wise and stable decisions. It is, they echo one another. And then we have a wisdom teacher echo, and I like to share that every day because I have been studying metaphysics since I was 23. I am 66. I've read a lot of books over the years, and some of my best teachers, I am sharing quotes from different ones of those who I read throughout the earlier years of, well, throughout all the years, but throughout the most steady years of my reading, I read a lot of these same authors. Okay, so today's author is Joel S. Goldsmith, and he, the quote that from him today says that silence is the great teacher, and to learn its lessons, you must pay attention to it, which is deep contemplation. Deep contemplation, right? So Mr. Goldsmith taught that spiritual understanding emerges through attentive inner quiet. So you're not just being quiet for no reason. It is attentive. Even the card is saying that deep contemplation, inner practice, and inner practice means inner practice, and that means quiet practice. So the quote and the mystical potion connect because the potion speaks of deep contemplation leading to soul satisfaction, and Mr. Goldsmith's quote and teaching reflects how inner quiet allows true understanding to emerge. So there we have it. From the letter L today, from the Word Oracle Alchemy System, and the words were lasting, lift, and level-headedness. And if you did choose to participate in saying the words to yourself, and you'd like to share in the comments what you maybe felt, please feel free to share your word in the comment. I would be happy to read them and respond. If you have a question or you want, you want me to feedback to you, I would. Also, keep in mind that if you notice a word is making you feel tense, you can keep a list because I will be offering free word bank experiences, and that is where we come together and we take these words that we have noticed when we have watched the video, when we've done the 3 words, when we have words that we noticed really were maybe making us feel constricted or tense in some way, we can bring those into the word bank and do a cleaning on those words so that they are holding a fresh frequency for you. And yeah, and that is a totally direct experience for you to see how it works for you. You will feel something if you come and do it, for sure. So I invite you to take advantage of that. I'm offering that for free because I really want people to understand that when we are doing word alchemy, we are cultivating word peace. We're making peace with each word, and we are shifting the frequency. We're shifting it to a peaceful frequency for ourselves. And every word we've ever heard is vibrating in the inside of our own word bank. We all have our own associations. Words make us feel certain ways that they don't make other people feel. And when we choose to do word alchemy and cultivate word peace, we are shifting the frequency that the words are carrying inside of our bank. And as we start to shift 1 or 2 words at a time, those go in the bank. And when something is in the bank that is a different vibration, it affects the vibration of everything else in the bank. So this is a practice that is uplifting in every way. And I offer it as a way for you to experience the magic of it all. And I also offer it because most of us don't contemplate the basic fact that the language that we all use and communicate with is basically borrowed language. It is not our language in truth because it's been handed down to us. But when we begin to take words and alchemize them and on purpose say, oh, I noticed that word makes me feel a little tense. Well, I am going to cultivate word peace with that word. And then that word is going to vibrate differently for me. And over time, that collection of words that are vibrating different for us do make a difference for us. They don't affect what the word means for other people, but they affect what it means for us. And in a world where we are inundated with information coming at us that includes words, words are the medium of communication, and we are all working with borrowed language. Borrowed language, which we now have a tool for these times. This is a tool for these times. And this tool is allowing us a very simple way to shift the frequency of words that we're going to choose to work with. It's all choice-based. It's all choice-based. There's no pressure, but this tool exists, and you may want to use it. And the best way to find out if it's made as a match for you in these times is actually to have the experience, which is why I'll be back tomorrow with another reflection. And tomorrow it will be from the letter M, and it will be from the color orange, and there will be 3 M words that you will be invited to have a direct experience with. I hope that you'll join me then. Many blessings, and I'll see you another time.